And welcome back to Gauntlet.
Yes, sorry. I had to. Well, one, our timer was running low, and also I had to just process things for a minute. So that's all in the past now. So let's continue.
Oh yeah, it's all in the past.
I'm trying to keep it in the past, Cameron, and you're not letting me.
Oh no, I refuse. I absolutely refuse.
You refuse? Okay.
I reject your reality and substitute my own.
Okay, Adam.
I'm not Adam, I'm Cameron.
Jesus Christ. Okay, moving on.
This is the crap that goes on in my head all day.
Oh, I know. Trust me, we were roommates. People haven't noticed yet. We've been roommates for 2 years, so I know this about you.
Yeah, just all day, every day. This is the crap I gotta put up with.
Mm-hmm. You're more. You hang out more with the brothers than I do still, and
Yeah, I try to get by there and see them as often as I can.
mm-hmm.
Because many of them I still consider very good friends, and I hate the whole I don't know if it's a stereotype or what you would call it, that when you graduate school you have to move away and lose contact with people and only see them through Facebook messages or Snapchat, and
yeah, you see,
I don't know where that came from. I just don't like it.
You see, that would be boring.
So I try to go by and see my friends because that's what they are.
Well, that's very good for you to do. I understand that. I do miss a lot of people from there as well, and unfortunately, with most of my job I have at the moment, it's a little more tedious for me to schedule times to meet with everyone, but I try to whenever I can. It reminds me of one thing I miss is one thing that our fraternity does is we have, and I'm sure a lot of fraternities do it. It's called having big and little brothers,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of people who haven't guessed it, Cameron was my big brother.
Yes.
He and I met each other through the fraternity, and we were also very close. We can actually go through this by avoiding this too, I think. So, wow, we can't avoid these two apparently. But so that's how we first met. But over the years, I also gained. I want to tell this story, but over the years while I was in college, I also gained two littles in total. And there's one, my first one in particular, his name is Duncan. I love him to death. He is very funny, and he has gotten to the point to where he really is like a little brother to me. He will say and do things that are very hysterical.
They're very you.
Yeah, and it reminds me of me. And one thing I definitely remember is, though, that one thing that he has that he can definitely keep to also himself is that he likes to drink. And don't worry, he is of age. When he was of age, he would drink a lot. Wouldn't you say?
He enjoyed a good party.
That's exactly.
But he also had control during the week.
Yes, he did. One thing I do like to there's this one story that you and I love to tell,
And he hates it every single time. So let's put it out there on the internet.
Yes. Well, good thing is I don't think he necessarily follows us, so what he doesn't know won't kill us. So basically, one time there was his girlfriend. Before those two were going out, her and I were pretty good friends, and her and Duncan had talked a little bit here and there.
A flirtation.
And I don't even think it was that yet. But anyways, his girlfriend, her and I shared a love for like certain video games and stuff. And there was a video game that I talked to her. She wanted to join and play with me, and it was part of this series called the Tales series. It's one of my favorite video games to play, and it was one for the PlayStation. And we started playing it, and Duncan comes over to hang out with us, And Duncan lied to me that day. You know, I had told we had got me and his girlfriend, not his girlfriend at the time, but you know what I'm saying.
Yes.
Me and her had gotten alcohol, and she had it's called honey whiskey, I believe, and that is
Tennessee honey whiskey.
Yes, she likes that, but Duncan likes that just as much. And what had happened was that Duncan was like, "Oh, can I have some, please?" And we were like, "Yes, you can have some later." And I tell him, I also, just because I love him, I go, "How much did you have to drink tonight?" He goes, "I didn't have that much at all." And I'm like, "Okay." And I think he may have had a little bit, but he also left the room for a while because he was like, bored occasionally, wanted to do some other things. And he comes back in, I can't speak English today. He comes back in, and he is a lot more drunker than usual. And I ask him again, "How much did you have?" He goes, "I didn't have any." I'm like, "Are you sure?" And he's telling me, yes, he's positive.
That's called a lie.
Yes, it is. And this is Inspire Queen. So what then proceeds to happen is me and not his girlfriend yet, start playing this Tails game, and he is just everywhere. He is like acting really funny, really goofy. Nothing to I wouldn't say he was embarrassing himself, but he was definitely being very funny. And I just remember him laying on the floor trying to reach this honey whiskey that's like...
Yeah, to clarify, he's reaching under your chairs trying to get to it.
And his girlfriend, his not yet girlfriend, grabs the honey whiskey and moves it just a little bit further, just away from his fingers. And he goes, "Ah, you meanie!"
Yeah, when he reaches a certain level of intoxication, he becomes a 5-year-old.
And it's adorable.
And I actually start treating him as such, which he absolutely hates.
But
it works.
So what happened after that is after he was freaking out a little, after he was having his fun drunk moments, you, Cameron, decide to be the ever so loving big brother that you are, decide to come up to him and go, "Duncan, how did you word it now?"
Not which part are you talking about? I actually told you guys, I said, "What the hell's wrong with you? You've just told a little kid that he can have candy, and then you took it away from him."
That did happen, yes. The candy being honey whiskey.
Yeah.
I'm talking about when, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, after a while, it was getting a little ridiculous, and it's like, okay, he needs to go to bed. And I'm like, "Okay, Duncan, you gotta go to bed." He goes, "Don't wanna." Like, "Duncan, you need to go to bed." And this is the 5-year-old thing. He goes, "I don't wanna, I'm fine." And I said, "Duncan, it's time for good little boys to go to bed." And he goes, "I am a good boy." And I said, "That's right. And if you're a really good boy, I'll tell you what." He goes, "What? What?" I said, "You get the big boy pillow."
And he just goes...
And the look of sheer joy on his face of, "Oh my God. I could get the big boy pillow?"
You just see him go, "Yay!"
Yeah, he just goes, "Yay!" And in order to keep my word, I actually I put him to bed
in the middle of the floor.
In the middle of the floor, and I basically took his pillow, folded it in half, and so it looked bigger. And I said, "Here's the big boy pillow," and he just like leeches onto it.
And he lays there, and then you also give him a big boy blanket, I think.
Yes, I gave him the big boy blanket, which was his blanket, and then he did it.
And then it happened.
He actually, like, when he reaches for the blanket, he also grabs me.
He does.
And he gives me a bear hug, and he goes, You're just like a bony teddy bear." Because I am a very skinny guy. And you're just a bony teddy bear.
And Duncan, he's very much in shape. He's very tall. He's not very tall, but he's a tall guy.
Yes.
And very fit. He knows how to take care of himself. So he just grabs skinny old Cameron and leeches onto him, telling him he's a bony teddy bear.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious.
And I'm just left going, well, haven't heard that one yet, so thanks.
And let's be honest, you've heard worse.
Yeah, I've been called far worse, so I'll take bony teddy bear as a compliment.
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
And he hates it when we tell this story.
He absolutely hates it because it's the truth. He gets totally embarrassed, but both us and his girlfriend love telling it because he loves telling embarrassing stories on us just as much.
Yes.
So I think it's even Steven.
But yes. And Duncan, if you ever see this episode, just know we love you to death.
He knows we love him.
Yes.
If we didn't, we honestly wouldn't talk about him because we wouldn't care.
That's very true. You're right.
And quite honestly, if we didn't like him, given the amount of food I have provided both you and he over the years, one of you would be dead by now.
That's probably true.
Like, when we were living together on a daily basis, it was, oh, can I have some of that? Even if it was just something totally random, just, oh, can I have a Pop-Tart? Yes, Duncan, you can have a Pop-Tart. Awesome! Cameron, can I have a cookie? Yes, you can have a cookie.
Awesome!
Like, I'm pretty sure his stomach is a portal to another dimension.
It's like Kirby's stomach.
Basically, because I've never known that man to just sit there and go, wow, I'm full.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that. That's not really something I would say. Well, no, I would. But yeah, you're right. You're right. I do have my moments, though, where I can't be a bottomless pit.
Yes, which is why at one point, like, I actually... on one shopping trip before a storm, was buying for both me and you two. Because I knew if I didn't get a little extra for the inevitable time together, and the time you would ask for food, you would die.
I would die?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay. But we're actually getting close to the end of the episode. So let's pause, and we will come back to face the tunnels.
All right. Later.
All right. Later.